Hey, what's up? Jay, back again. This time with a movie review. Black Adam 2022 movie review. Um, right off the bat, I thought this movie was great. I liked it. Like I said, just like I said, after the first viewing, I only seen it once. Walked out of the theater. I was like, yeah, I really like this. Um, like I said, I don't care about what the critics say. I never go by what critics say. Critics or people who already seen the movie, oh man, it's trash. Don't waste your money going to see. No, I like to form my own opinions. I don't care. I don't be caring about other people's personal opinions about the movie. So, like I said, yeah, the critics been bashing it. I don't give two shits. Like IGN, Rotten Tomatoes. I don't care. This movie was awesome. Um, you know, if like Black Adam, for all the people that don't know, who are not comic book readers, obviously, Tef Adam, real name is Tef Adam. He also goes by Black Adam. He's not a superhero. He's more of a anti-hero, sometimes villain. Depending on which iteration you're reading. Um, but yeah, man, basically, it is set in the DCEU movie timeline. So, um, yeah, man, basically, just getting his origin. He started out as a slave, you know, thousands of years ago in um, a country called Kandak, with Kandak. You know, he just so happens like he had a wife and son, and they ended up getting killed in front of him. Um, you know, he ended up being imbued with the powers of the wizard Shazam, which gives him the abilities of six Egyptian gods instead of the traditional like Billy Batson's Shazam, where he has the powers. His powers derive from six Greek gods. Black Adam's powers derive from six Egyptian gods. So I don't remember all. I don't know all their. I don't remember all their names by heart. So I'm not going to try to sit up here and try to name them all six of them. But but yeah, man. He ends up accidentally. This archaeologist. She accidentally awakens him his deep slumber in present day, and he ends up waking up and killing a bunch of inner gang soldiers, and then we get introduced to the JSA, which I thought was awesome. My only little nitpick about it is that I wish we could have got more members. But but for the main four that we got in the movie, it was cool. But like I said, that was my only little nitpick. I wish we could have seen more. Like more members, like Jay Garrett's Flash, Alan Scott's Green Lantern, Wildcat, Spectre, Black Canary, Mister Terrific. But it is what it is. But yeah, man, like I said, we got Doctor Fate, played by former James Bond actor Pierce Bronson, which he was great, man. He was one of the highlights. Hawkman, like he was dope too, man. Like I probably say they were the two outside of Black Adam. Like they were the two other like standout characters in the movie. Adam Smasher, which he looked dope as fuck, and Cyclone. But yeah, man, they show up. They're sent by Amanda Waller, once again played by Viola Davis. You know, she's great in the role. She's been great in the role. I love Viola Davis. You know, she sends the JSA to, you know, apprehend Black Adam. They square off this, that, and the third. Oh, Dr. Fate tries to have a psychological conversation with him. Like, look, you could either rule the world, or you know, or you could be this planet's hero. You know, typical superhero shit. But it's like that's the thing. Black Adam is not a superhero. He doesn't fall into that typical line. Um, you know, he's more, like I say, he's more of an anti-hero than anything. Sometimes villain. But yeah, man, everybody was great, man. Like the main, I know a lot of people complained about the third act, felt a little rushed. I kind of disagree with that. Um, Normally I would, depending on other comic book movies. Um, but for this one, I kind of disagree. It didn't really feel rushed. I mean, Sabak, who was the main threat in the movie, he was cold, man. His special effects was real nice. Doctor Fate ends up sacrificing himself, which I was a little bummed out about that because I wanted to see more of his character. Um, so I felt like that was a waste. You know, I wanted to see more of Doctor Fate. I like the Doctor Fate character. But yeah, man, you know, Black Adam, you know, eventually over beats Sabak, literally rips him in half. You know, then he by the end of the movie, he's declared the new ruler of Kondak. Um, you know, JSA. They at the end of the movie, the JSA sort of has a somewhat of an understanding of Black Adam's methods. You know, so they kind of leave off on somewhat on good terms. You know, then after that, we get the mid credit scene with Black Adam and Kondak, and he's talking to Amanda Waller via video surveillance, and you know she's pretty much ordering him like, hey, I know you didn't want to like being in my prison, but you can have Kondak as long as you stay in Kondak. You know, it won't be no problems. You leave the moment you step foot out of the city. I'm sick in the big guns after you. And you know, Black Adam, man. You know, he was like, "Hey, I don't care who you send. Send it. Send everybody. I don't care. There's nobody on Earth that can stop me." Blah blah blah. And then we get the moment, which I was on cloud nine. I was like, man, we got fucking Superman back, man. Henry Cavill. Like his suit was a little more brighter, like his Superman suit, because it kind of looks like the BVS suit, but it's just like a brighter blue. You know, then he got the little, you know, then he was rocking the little S curl. I was like, damn. I was like, ooh. I was on cloud nine, man. I'm a huge for those who can't tell, I'm a huge Superman geek. I love Henry Cavill, Superman. He's my second favorite. He's actually number two on my list. My second live action version of Superman. But but yeah, man, I enjoyed having him back, man. You know, having a little confrontation with you know, the little interaction with Black Adam, and I know you know, Dwayne Johnson was the main reason why, you know, why we got Superman, why we got Henry Cavill back in the role. That was mainly up, you know, mainly, you know, his doing, which I strongly commend Mr. Johnson for that, man, because I strongly felt like Warner Brothers completely fumbled the ball with Henry Cavill. Like, it's like people can say what they want, like, yeah, oh, I don't really like the Zack Snyder stuff, blah blah blah. But the one thing you cannot deny is that Henry Cavill was a good Superman. like, yeah, people don't like some of the material, including myself, but like I said, I love Man of Steel. That Man is, I'll say it, I've been saying it, and I'll say it again. Man of Steel is my favorite live action Superman movie. I know everybody want to keep living in. Oh well, no, I'm only sticking to Christopher Reeve only. Skip everything else. But no, like I said, I love the first two. Like no disrespect to those movies because I love the first two, but that was it. That worked for that era. We're talking about currently, and like I said, the closest thing to that is Man of Steel. Like you definitely can't say Superman Returns because that shit was god awful. Like that shit was long and dry, had zero action in it. Like and then a few years later we get Man of Steel and he's actually doing stuff. He's actually displaying his most of his power set. Where in the previous version, he didn't get to do that. So I don't care what anybody says. I Man of Steel all day. But yeah, man, like I said, overall I love this movie. Dwayne Johnson he was he was born to play this role. Like I said, man, I know he was cast all the way back in 2007 as the character. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, it took like 15, 16 years later for him to finally get this movie out. But overall, man, I like it, man. I liked it. I don't care what any. I know everybody currently bashing this movie. No, it's cool, man. People entitled to their opinions, but I love this shit. But until then, peace, one love.